Hey there, welcome back to Schwowin Thrifts. My name is Sandra and I have a super haul for you today. Bunch of different things that I found garage sailing at different thrift shops, and I'm going to show you everything that I got and maybe be able to share a little bit of my plans for each item. And you guys can let me know what you think, and if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them. So let's start with some stuff that I got for my kitchen. And I've been trying to replace some of the French white corningware. I'll put a picture up here if you don't know what that is. And I'm trying to replace it with all of these. Now this is the blue cornflower, and it's not new by any means. It's probably been through the dishwasher, but it was $3 and I don't have this depth one. So I'm really excited that I found this. So I want to have things with handles because I can't really grab things like this anymore because of the arthritis in my thumbs. So I thought this was a great buy at $3. And every once in a while I get lucky and I find a lid to match with it. So I know I've been able to find some of the plastic lids for storage on Amazon. I just have to take all my measurements and then I'll be able to outfit all of these with plastic lids too. One thing that I have been looking for a long time is a tortilla press. Now, I found this one today with my friend Sonia when we were out thrifting and garage sailing. It was $5.49, a little on the pricey side, but it's just a little guy and it's going to be the perfect size for when I make my little homemade tortillas for my fish wraps and tacos. And I like to make homemade tortillas. I usually use a little tiny bit of whole wheat flour. I use some almond flour and some mozzarella cheese, and they get so nice and toasty. So I'm really excited to be able to press them and get them nice and flat instead of having to use a rolling pin and struggle. Another thing that you can't have too many of is a big Pyrex bowl. I am outfitting my cottage and my kitchen here at home with proper bowls. I am tired of using plastic bowls, especially when you do something like salad. So then there's a little bit of oil in there. And yeah, you can run it through the dishwasher, but it's just so much easier to clean these. I think this was $1 at a thrift store up near my cottage. So $1 for a big Pyrex bowl. Another thing that I have been looking for lately is round cutting boards, and I have this one. It is gorgeous. It has the little ridges on the back so it can be used as a riser as well. Sits right up off your counter, but I think I have an idea to make this into a clock for my kitchen. Let me know what you think of that. It's got a nice hole here that I'll be able to hang it, and I think I'll be able to drill a hole here in the center, put the clock mechanism in the back because it's got enough space to hang flat. So this is probably going to be a DIY coming up. If you're not following me yet on my DIY channel, DIYs with the Schwowin's Nest, I'll have a link down in my description box. You can go ahead and click that at the end of the video, and then you'll be able to see what I do with this cutting board. Just a while ago, I did a DIY with a tiny little cutting board and I put risers on it, and it had a unique shape. I found this for $3 at a thrift store, and it has the exact same look on the top here. I was so happy when I found this. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put feet on this and make it a riser, or if I'm just going to sand it down and oil it and use it as display in my kitchen. Let me know what you think about that. Should I just use it as is, or should I make it a riser? I think it would be a fantastic looking riser as well, with some really nice big chunky feet. Staying with a little bit of wood cutting boards and trays, this board, I'm gonna cover my face, is huge. It is absolutely handmade. You can tell by the little biscuits on the back of it here. And it has some really nice handle cutouts here. It's a little bit in rough shape, but I think it looks really cool. I'm going to use this at my cottage where I can put on my waters, like my Brita filters and a few different things, just to make it easy to pull back and forth. Again, I have plastic up there, and although plastic's easy to use for water and stuff, I just want everything to have a nice homey look. I got this for $2. So this morning I went garage sailing to a community garage sale, and I did find a couple really pretty things there. I grabbed this sort of hobnail purple glass vase. Now, I love the texture of it. I love the hobnail look of it, but it's definitely not going to stay purple. 20 years ago, it would have stayed purple, but because I'm more into farmhouse and rustic style, I will probably give this a makeover. Might try to find something from a high-end store so I can do a dupe, but let me know what color you think I should do this vase. I'm leaning towards maybe a nice glossy white or even glossy black, or maybe just do a texture. So I'd love to hear what you would do. Wood decor has always been my favorite thing to do, and I found this for, I think it was $6 at a one-of-a-kind shop in Woodstock, Ontario, but it's an old Hobby Hobby plaque. The quote on here is really sweet. In a world that's all too busy, where folks are on the run, it's nice to take a little time to do things just for fun. So she's kind of climbing over a fence here, a little picket fence with a basket. So I thought that was sweet. But of course, I bought it because of the roundness and because of the nice little hanger here. So I'll be doing something on my DIY channel with this too. This photo is the covered bridge in West Montrose, Ontario, and I just thought it was the sweetest little thing. It was $1 at a garage sale. It has a really nice professionally done back on it. It has some gunk on it here that you can see, but I'm going to clean it up and I'm leaving it exactly as it is. I want to hang this somewhere in my house. It'll probably still have the wood frame. Not too sure if I'm going to get rid of like the orangey color. I might just kind of do a bit of a wash on it just to get that orange a little more muted. Baskets are always something that I'm on the lookout for as well. And I found this one. It's a seagrass basket. Now, it's seen better days. It needs a little bit of hot glue to help it out. But I get these because I use them as drawers in the island at my cottage. It's a huge island. It's super deep, and I need to be able to pull things in and out to be able to reach things and store things more towards the back too. So it gives me extra space. This one is really nice and narrow. It doesn't look that way when you look at it this way, but it's much smaller than some of the others that I have, but it's going to work great for some of the small items that I have in that kitchen island. Here's another beautiful print on canvas, I think it is, and it is professionally done as well. It is from the Jean Speck collection. It might be Speck, I'm not sure, but it's a really beautiful old rustic kind of print. He always does barn things. I looked it up. It's probably worth about $20 to $25 depending on who wants it. I think I'm going to leave it exactly the way it is. I really like it. It's, seen better days. It's got some nicks and dings in it. I'm going to clean it up, and I think it's going to get hung in my living room underneath another little picture that I have, and then I'll make sort of like a little one on top and one on the other. I think it's really pretty. White things, white ironstone is always my favorite to grab. And I found this sweet little scalloped dish, and it has a scalloped on the bottom here too. And here it's a sweet little candy dish or ice cream dish. It is from Better Homes and Gardens. So it's not that old. It's not vintage by any means, but I thought it would be really pretty to have some decor in there, like some greenery, or maybe I'll make a candle out of it. And then once the candle's done, I can use it for anything else. But just the shape and the scalloped edge just drew me to it. And it was $2 for this. I also like to find all of these sugar bowls that are missing a lid. The lids always fall and break, and they just kind of sit all alone at the thrift store. And this one is really pretty. It's got some ribbing here. I don't know if you can see that with the light. Here we go. You can get a little bit of a shadow in there. And it's really cute. I love it. So this will probably just get some floral, maybe some lavender, maybe a succulent. That little sugar bowl was $2. This is another really pretty shape, I thought. It is probably a teapot or a coffee pot. I think probably for tea. It was $5.99 less 20% because I always have a 20% off coupon at Value Village. That's where I picked this one up. Somebody put some stuff on the other side. Now this is just Cricut vinyl, so it's going to be super easy to get that off. And once I clean it all up, I might put something on here as a nice little decor piece, maybe a rub-on transfer or a vintage label, something like that. But again, missing the lid. No big deal. Has no markings on the bottom. So I know that it's really not going to be worth too much. And again, probably florals, but I think this would be a nice utensil holder on your countertop too. Another thing I think this would be really fun for is using it as a watering can. If you have any indoor plants, you could set that on a windowsill or just right next to your plants with a little water in it. Give them a drink once in a while. Amber jugs are another thing that I've really started to look for, and this one is quite unique. It does have a screw top, so I don't think it's old by any means. It has no markings on the back of it. It has a really fun handle and this little knob here. I don't know what that is for. This was $5.99, again, less 20%. And I'm going to leave this exactly the way it is. I think it'll look great on a shelf, on a tray, maybe just with one sprig of greenery coming out of it. I think it'll look really pretty in my decor. This is just a clear vase with a basket weave pattern. And I specifically bought this because I've seen, I can't remember what website it was, but there's a couple of high-end websites who have this basket weave texture on some of their vases. So I thought I would grab it. This was only $3.49 at the Goodwill. Then I found this jug. It's a really fun shaped jug. It's kind of off kilter with the way the spout is here. You can kind of see it like that. It's sort of a pink color. This was also $3.49 from the Goodwill, but because of the shape of it, I thought it would be really neat to do a dupe with this and get some texture on it maybe, or just some paint, some spray paint. It's already got a little bit of a scratch here, so I know this isn't worth too much because this this color is sort of, I think it's called what they call flash. They just put it on top of the glass. So it's really fun looking. And believe it or not, I was at HomeSense the other day, and I don't know if the HomeSense is in the US, but we have it here in Canada. And I actually found a bunch of these listed for $5.99, and it was exactly this. There was 2 or 3 of them on the shelf. So somebody had bought one at HomeSense or got it as a gift and didn't want it anymore, and it ended up at the thrift store, and now it's mine. Another big wooden piece. It is a nice shelf. I love this little detailing here. It doesn't have anything cut out in the center. A lot of times with these shelves, they've got like a heart or something. It's got the nice wooden pegs and a bunch of space on top. What I'm going to do with this is I want to start replacing all of the shelves in my home that are just plain or a hunk of wood. I want everything to be solid wood. And I love the idea of having these pegs because then I'll be able to put stuff up here plus hang a little bit of decor on this as well. This one's just going to go into the walls with some screws. I'm not going to use any hangers at the back because that tends to make it a little tippy. Pretty sure I only spent about $3 on this. So I did find some vintage pieces while I was out and about. And this haul consists of a few weeks of shopping. I haven't done this all in one day. I hit a couple of Value Villages one time. I did a Goodwill. I did a Salvation Army. I did the garage sale today, which was probably a couple of hours of walking through the community. Plus, I stopped at a thrift store on our way home from the cottage in a quaint little town, and it's a charity shop, so everything is priced super cheap. It's just about planting season, so check this out. Isn't it cute? It's actually really pretty the way it is already, and it kind of almost looks like someone might have already redone it just by this little edge here. I don't know. But I like the tones and the colors of it. I might want to do something else with it. $6.49 with a 20% off discount. Okay, let's get into some vintage. Check this out. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. This is one of those handmade, probably. It's a dustpan with the little handle on it. See, there's the handle there. It's hard for me to get it in the whole frame. But it's supposed to be like this, and that's how it works, right? You put the dustpan down and sweep your stuff in. But I'm going to use it like this, and I'm going to hang it outside on my house, on my deck, and I'm going to put some florals in there, probably just artificial stuff, because I'm gone too much. I can't keep track of it, and I can't water it. And this is, complete with some spider webs on the back. This was from the garage sale for $2, and it's just so rusty and crusty and vintage, and I just think it's just so cute. This bottle I bought because of the shape, and the shape of it, when you look at it this way, looks gorgeous, right? It's like a jug, a vintage crock or something like that. But it does have a marking here, and I don't know if you can see that. MKM, and it's 0.7 liters. I looked it up, and it's a really sweet scene on here. And these are actually vintage wine or beer jugs that this company made years ago. And you can tell that it's old. It would have had one of those stoppers. I think one of the ones that has the latch that clicks into it. I don't have that part of it, so it isn't complete. So I probably would not get a lot of money for this. But I think some of them, depending on the design, can go anywhere from $25 to $30. So I do have a small little display booth at an antique mall. So I'm going to put it in and price it and see if anybody wants to grab it. If not, I will probably keep it for myself, turn it around, put it on a shelf, put some sprigs of greenery or something in it, or maybe just leave it the way it is, or on my kitchen counter. That would look nice too. I see a lot of people online when I'm watching YouTube getting these flower frogs. I was over the moon excited when I finally found one. This was $5 at the thrift store up near my cottage, and it's actually quite big. You can see that it's, bigger than the palm of my hand. So that's going to be so fun to use. I can use it as a flower frog, or I can just put little sprigs of greenery or something in here. And I think it's going to be so pretty. I like that it has this little lip on it. I don't know if they all do, but that's going to make it super easy. Well, almost fits on this one. Super easy to kind of have it fit in something, like fit in a vase. And then, I'll be able to put the flowers in like that. I have never used one of these, so I'll probably have to experiment a little bit and check online and see what other people do. If you have a flower frog, I'd love to hear how you style it. Also, at the thrift store by my cottage, I found a set of 4 of these little table legs or footstool legs or whatever you want to call them. There's 4 of them. They came with the brackets too. So if I wanted to use the little brackets, and all the little screws are in here as well. But I thought these would be awesome as handles for a little crate, or as riser legs maybe for a tray, or maybe, that big cutting board that I had, maybe that would look great with these on there. I just really like the shape of them. They are solid wood and vintage, and I'm excited because the brown color's okay. It's not too bad. It's sort of a medium walnut. There's not a whole lot of orange in it. And if I wanted to, I could probably take these screws out and glue them somewhere, or maybe make some candlesticks out of them. Let me know what you would do if you found a set of 4 of these. Would you leave them as is? Would you use them for their purpose? Or would you find a different purpose to use them? A while back at a thrift store, I found a Dorothy Thorpe silver, I forget what it's called. It's Dorothy Thorpe. It's MCM, so mid-century modern, and it's the faded silver decanter. I found another one. This one is in really good shape. It doesn't have any scratches or anything on it. It's the one I have has a couple of nicks in the silver up here. So I do have that priced as is in my little antique mall booth. When I saw this, and then I saw this, the little individual carafe, I had to have it. This was $2. The large one was $2. And I got a set of 4 glasses for $2. So the whole set was $6. Do not have all the pieces. When I get around to some more thrifting in different places, I might be able to find the whole set, but someone might also be looking for just little bits and pieces. So I am going to price these accordingly and put them in my antique booth, and hopefully we'll get some sales from that. Here is the last thing I found at the garage sales today. This little table, plant stand, whatever you want to call it. Look at how beautiful that is. It is completely gorgeous. I love these little feet. I've never seen that before. The nice spindle look to it on the bottom. Here you can see the spindle, and then the beautiful oval table on the top. I paid $2 for this. I was so excited when I saw it, and I actually like the color. It might look a little orange just from the light, and it does have some crazing, and you can see that the varnish, if you look up close, I don't know if you'd be able to see that. It's sort of melted a little bit, so it's going to need a little bit of a cleanup, maybe a little bit of sanding, and then it might just need a fresh stain on it. But I think it's so pretty. Just so pretty. I can't wait to get it all fixed up and put a plant on it. And I have the perfect plant and the perfect pot that's going to go on here. I have a round pot, and I think I'm going to put a fern in it so it's going to fluff out like this. I think that's going to look amazing. Again, DIY channel. Make sure you're tuned into that, because I take all of the stuff that I find here and show you, and I use it in my DIYs on my DIY channel. So thanks so much for spending some of your time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this haul. I hope you got some inspiration to go check out some of the thrift stores and garage sales. It's that time of year when garage sales are going to start. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.